All right, it is now time to do some math. So, if you don't have a paper and pencil or a whiteboard and expo pen, please go get that now because you will need it today. So if you don't have those, please pause the video. Remember, it's the two lines that are like this in a circle, and then come back so we can start. All right, so now we're going to warm up for math. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to practice counting. So we're first going to count by tens. So you can count along with me. And then if you want afterwards, you can pause the video and do it again by yourself. So let's start. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And now we're going to count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. All right, and now you could do both of those by yourself. Just remember that you should probably pause before you continue that. The next thing we're going to do is a quick image. So I'm going to show it to you fast. So get ready. Okay, how many and how did you see it? So you can say that out loud or someone around you. Okay, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or maybe you saw this as 3 and you went 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or maybe you saw that they were just 3 threes, so you went 3 plus 3 is 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very good. All right, that's it for our warm-up. The next thing we're going to do is a story problem, and then we'll get started on some new stuff. All right, now we're going to do a story problem. So, my story problem for you today is Gerald has 12 lemons. He gives 7 of his lemons to Piggy. How many lemons does Gerald have left? So, Gerald has 12 lemons. He gives 7 of his lemons to Piggy. How many lemons does Gerald have left? So please pause the video here so you can solve it yourself. Make sure you draw a picture because that shows your work. Okay, so you have 12 minus 7. So you draw 12 circles. 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the answer is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Another way you can do it from our last lesson is you could start at 7 and count up to 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then that shows the answer is also 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because 7 plus 5 equals 12. So then 7, or 12 minus 7 is going to be 5, because 5 plus 7 equals 12. So, now let's get started on the new stuff. Okay, so now we're going to work on something new. So the first thing that we're going to do, though, before we start is we're going to practice writing by tens. So we're going to practice. I'm going to show you first on the board. So we have 10, then we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And what you notice about this is that the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, when you hear the fifth, that means 5, 50, 60, you can hear the 6, so it's 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 20 is different because it's 2, doesn't quite sound like 2, 20, no, it's 20, 30, closer to 3, but it works quite well for the ones down here. It usually tells you that it's that number and then 0, because you can see it's counting by ones essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you're going to write these now as practice, and as you write them, I want you to say the number. So I'm going to hold the board up, and this is a good time to pause before we move on to the next part. Okay, so we're going to be working on place value. So I've drawn on here, I've written tens and ones, because you can break any number down into its place value. So for kindergarten, we work on tens and ones, and in first grade, you'll add 100. And then in second grade, it'll be thousands, hundreds, tens, ones, and so on. It just keeps going up. You don't really ever need to count like that high. We usually use like computers and calculators and stuff to help us when the numbers get really big. But for now, this is very important to understand. So when we have a number like 45, this is 4 tens and 5 ones. 40, that's not a very good 4. Let me draw that again. 45. So you can see here, the first number is the tens, 45. So this is 4 tens. So if you were counting by tens, you count 4 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. And then we have 5 ones, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 45. If we look at this number, this is 78. 78 has 7 tens and 8 ones. So this is 7 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So 7 tens, and then 8 ones, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for this one, can you say how many tens it has? Yes, it has 4 tens. And how many ones? 3 ones. How about this one? How many tens does it have? Yes, 8 tens. How many ones? 2. And then what number is it? 82. Very good. Okay, so now I'm going to challenge you. This time I'm just going to say a number, and your job is to say how many tens and how many ones. 24. How many tens? How many ones? 24 is 2 tens and 4 ones. How about 37? 37. 37 is 3 tens and 7 ones. Okay, so for this next one, I'm going to use these cubes. I have these 10 sticks to show you a number a little better. So let me see if I can get this to work. Okay, so if I'm building a number like 35, I have 10, 20, 30, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you can see that it's 3 tens, 5 ones. 35. 35. That's probably upside down for you. Well, that's okay. So then if I was building 58, I'd take these off. How many tens do I need for 58? 58. 50 is 5. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I have 5 tens here. And then 50, did I say 58? I think so. 58. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 58. How about for 93? How many tens am I going to need for 93? It's a bigger one. 93. 93, you write it 9, 3. So that means I need 9 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. So I've got 90. Let's count it again to be sure. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And then 93, I need 3 ones. 90, 91, 92, 93. Okay. A way you can practice this is you have those little squares that we sent to you in your packets, and hopefully you got those packets so you have the squares. You can make bigger numbers using those. If you have some straws or like anything long, you can just say as a 10 and you can use that. So you could use straws, sticks, something else you can have be your 10s, and then you can use the little squares as 1s. And then I want you to make these numbers with them, okay? Okay, so use those now to make them. And then pause it here. Because otherwise, you are all done today. Nice work.